So a lot of you have the solo cup at home, and you've already done you've already casted this into the cup. So now that you've already had that into the cup, it's part of it is getting the plaster out of this cup. So obviously, there's a couple different things you can do. You can try to take a surface and like kind of, if you want to save your cup, it's kind of coming out, but I'll be honest with you, the easiest thing for you to do is just to peel this cup back off. Um, I can take the knife and kind of, oops, the knife kind of split it right up. I'm just going to peel that off. It's really cool because you can even see how we got the actual recycling symbol and all that. The texture of the cup came out really nice. And you'll find that this material, you can kind of scratch it with your nail. The butter knife thing is nice. I'm only showing you how to do this with a dull instrument. This has kind of um, an easy way. You can see how I'm leaving little marks there. If you don't want that mark, you can use the other end, and that's pretty much it. Now you're gonna get really big. That's really big cuts that I'm getting. You can see I'm using my thumb and I'm pulling towards. Now, if you have another tool, some of you have another tool. Some of you have one of the wax tools, or you have a X-Acto knife. I'm going to show you the X-Acto knife is really thin metal. I would not do this and pick at it and think that this is not going to break. This will break. You really need to make sure before you start any of this that you use your safety glasses and put your safety glasses on, and that you're in an area that you can get dirty a little bit. So you can see this, how I can scrape here, and you can kind of scoop. Some people use like old silverware and make tools. You can see this tool you can carve. So you can get a lot out of it. I like to position my finger in this way so that when I'm carving, I have like a way to stop. So I'm not really going towards myself and pushing towards myself. I'm able to do this. You can also do like this. But like all subtractive processes, once you start doing this and you remove material, you're not going to be able to go put that material back. So these things, once you do it, it's done. I like to draw on the material. Um, I find it helpful sometimes, and graphite is really good. If I wanted to remove just this area here, in the carving world, we do stuff like this, and I might put some lines through it, and that lets me know that I'm removing just that area. So I might take this side of the knife and kind of saw it and make my kind of like, it's an abrasive way of doing it. This is a lot of abrasive carving, um, would take that and I would kind of put some pressure there. And I'm like scooping. You can see I'm scooping the material. I'm not trying to get it all out at once. I'm taking my time and scooping it. You can see I took out what I marked with my pencil. So you can take and carve, draw first. It's always better to draw what you're trying to remove first. That way you have an aim. I strongly advise against using an X-Acto knife unless you're doing really, really small details. And you can see how I went one here, and I took out a little piece. That's fine. But you start getting into hazardous and dangerous practices when you try to take out huge chunks of area with something this sharp. Because once you miss and hit yourself, you'll be bleeding all over the place, and you don't want to do that. So this is definitely a better way. The butter knife is definitely your friend, and you can definitely remove. I'm going to remove kind of sort of the same area that I did with the X-Acto, and you can kind of see how I did that. This is a little bit rounder here. So that's pretty much it. So go ahead and do that for the rest of the day. Practice with this. Unfortunately, I lost my cup, but it's not a big deal. I have more of these. Okay. All right. Have a good day.